Welcome in. Tonight, we're spending some time in Mumbo's mountain. So settle in, get comfortable, and let's go on tonight's night quest. You ready, Banjo and Kazooie? Now, fun fact, I did not know that Kazooie was a girl. All this time, I thought that Kazooie was an annoying dude. Let's take a look at this troll right here. Doesn't that look like something straight out of a fairy tale fantasy novel? Look at this guy. And he's got feathers on his head. This right here is a Jinjo. We must collect 5 of them in this whole level to get 100% completion. I just want to take in the views real quick. And I think the best place to kind of take in a view is right here at the start of the level. How beautiful. And look at the sky's even moving. What an excellent intro level. One of the best of all time. We're going to be exploring. Oh, look at this. This is a Mumbo token. But you're going to hear it make a sound called Ikambokum. So memorable. I still make that sound today. I don't even call them Mumbo tokens. I say, we need more Ikambokums. I do not plan on speed running this level. I plan on soaking it all in, taking my time with it, enjoying every nook and cranny, exploring everything about it. Now, you see how I'm collecting note by note here? This is something that I do not like about Banjo-Tooie, the sequel. I do not like that the notes in Banjo-Tooie are combined as a package in a bundle of 3 or 5. I forgot how many there were in a bundle. I think having the notes by themselves, it just leads to cooler things. Like, it leads to better exploration because you can trickle down some notes in some areas and you want the player to kind of fall into. Look how quiet the water is. It's one of the best feelings in the world. Especially in a world where the sound of your thoughts are so loud. The stresses of the world. How often does your mind actually get a chance to just take a break? I want that sound again. It's peaceful. It's quiet. It's serene. There's nothing quite like being underwater and drowning out all the thoughts. And this beautiful score by Grant Kirkhope. Like, you can hear the difference in the soundtrack when he goes underwater. It changes. It's so freaking awesome. Look at this bull over here. What a fantastic design. A bull with the bull nose ring. This game has so much charm to it. Now, I don't believe we see this bull again in this game. I think this might be the only appearance, or I might be mistaken. He might actually be in Click Clock Wood, but I guess we'll find out when we find out. And He's unbeatable. Look at that. Now, Mario has his mushrooms. Banjo has honeycombs. Because bears love honey. Says Winnie the Pooh. Now look at this. See how these notes lead us into another area? That's something that Banjo-Tooie cannot do. I mean, it can, but it looks bulky and not as fun. When I first saw these things, I thought they were ants. But nope, they are termites. Let's get a good look at them. Fun fact, one of my biggest fears in the world, or at least when I was smaller, were spiders. I still don't like spiders today. Anything with 8 legs, anything with a ton of legs, I just gives me the creeps. Here's a random note too. You guys remember the movie Jumanji? You know that one moment where they roll the dice and the 8-legged spiders come out? Yeah. I believe Jack is in the floor with only his head peeking out, and he really can't do anything to stop the spiders from coming. Very, very creepy scene. I hated that scene. And don't even get me started on arachnophobia. Wait a second. We need to learn the ground pound. I'm gonna guess he's over here somewhere. There he is. This is our boy, Bottles. Bottles the mole. Look at his cute design. We are about to learn the Beak Buster, aka the ground pound. That's cute how all these games all called it something else. In Mario 64, called it the ground pound. In Banjo-Kazooie, it's the Beak Buster. I don't know what they call it in Super Smash Brothers. We also get some eggs, which we will later learn that Kazooie could shoot them out of his beak, and then also he can also poop them out. Let's see what the view is from this area. Has there been a better introductory world than this Mumbo's Mountain? We already have 3 out of the 5 Jinjos. Look at right there is a free man. I called it a 1-up, but in Banjo world it's literally a golden Oscar in the shape of Banjo. How cool is that? And here, our first Jiggy. Mario 64 has the golden stars. Banjo-Kazooie has the golden Jiggies. It's so cool how this game implemented the puzzle pieces here. And that's actually how you open up each level. Wonder if there's anything back here. Can we climb on his head? Might be a little tough. I don't think we can do it. Pretty slippery. Anyway, let's get a good shot at the Mumbo head here. his hut is literally his head. How cool is that? Let's pay him a visit. Look at, he's just sleeping there. Let's take a look at his hut real quick. He's got the dangling pottery, which I'm sure is full of his shaman dust or whatever they use. He's got his tiki torches right there. Some eggs up top that we're going to go poach from him. And a sign that says 5 Mumbo tokens. 5 Ecumpockums to transform. So cool. This whole environment is freaking cool. Me Mumbo, best shaman all game. Yes, we know. We do not have enough tokens yet, but that's okay, we'll be back. Just wanted to visit and say hi. It's crazy, Mumbo becomes a playable character in the sequel. Very cool design too. You have the skull, you have those 2 big blue eyes. His skin is a little terrifying actually. Kind of reminds me of Lord Zed from the Power Rangers, where it's just like muscle skin. We might have to take a closer look at that a little bit later. We cannot grab this Jiggy yet because we need to shoot into this guy's mouth. This Tiki guy will come back for that. Such great music. These notes are oddly satisfying to collect. I can't repeat enough that Banjo-Tooie really downgraded with the note system. I do not like it. Now we're going to be taught the Talon Trot, a move that you'll be hearing the rest of the game because it's the optimal way to move around. It lets you climb on surfaces like this, where Banjo himself would slide off. Let's collect some eggs. This has got to be one of the easiest jiggies ever. Kind of reminds me of Super Mario Galaxy and the Moons. Or is that Odyssey? I apologize to Galaxy. Those are not moons. The moons are an Odyssey, which just are too easy to find sometimes. And now we've got 4 out of 5 Jinjos. Hopefully you're able to fall asleep before we grab the 5th, but doesn't look like it because I feel like the other one is near. I can hear it. You guys hear it? Look at this little bugger. Look at him. Look at him ask for help. We'll save you, little guy. Let me just collect some of these notes on this slanted hill. I miss platformers. I miss old school platformers. Old school 3D platformers. One of my favorite genres of all time. especially collectathons. I don't think you guys would be surprised in hearing that one of my favorite games, aside from Banjo-Kazooie, is Donkey Kong 64. A lot of people hate it. A lot of people hate it because they say it's got too many collectibles. But I love it for that. So we have 4 puzzle pieces. We need 10 to complete. Let's see. So we need to get 100 notes, 10 jiggies, and 2 honeycomb pieces. And knowing myself and my OCD, I need to collect everything. How could you guys go to bed without me collecting everything? It would feel incomplete. Anyway, as I was saying, Donkey Kong 64 gets a bad rap. I love collectathons. I love collecting, and that game just gives me so much to look for. Blueprints, golden bananas, regular bananas, banana coins. I could go on for forever. Now let's check this guy out. I believe his name is Conga. That is such a cool design. It's like a reverse Donkey Kong Jr. design. You guys remember Donkey Kong Jr.? The Kong that has been lost to time. The Kong that made his debut. I'm sorry, I was going to say made his debut in Super Mario Kart, but that is incorrect. Donkey Kong Jr. actually had his own arcade game. But I only kind of first heard of Donkey Kong Jr. through Super Mario Kart. And I used to say, oh, it's the monkey. Why is he wearing a wife beater? Now, back when I was a kid, that's all I knew what that was called for some reason. But it's tank top, right? But anyway, Donkey Kong Jr. wore a white tank top, and here Conga is wearing a red. Does that look like a tank top to you? Kind of looks like a bra, to be honest. Look at him pound his chest. Anyway, Conga looks awesome. Yeah, I guess they decided to take away Donkey Kong Jr.'s white tank top for a red tie that has become his signature nowadays. So what's Conga want from us, eh? He's gonna try and throw oranges at us, and we have to trick him and have him throw it on these little platforms. Come and get me. There we go. Now there's an orange up here that you wouldn't know to get unless you talk to Chimpy first. There it is. We got it. Here's Chimpy himself. Let's see what he looks like. Oh, I can't zoom in right now. He just looks like a normal monkey. You're welcome, Chimpy. Already with 6 jiggies. Man, we're flying. When I started this, when I thought of NightQuest and kind of making these videos to kind of help you relax and fall asleep too, I pictured them being longer. But I don't think this one's going to be very long, to be honest. Now let's take a look at this. This is a very, very cool mechanic of the game. A Gruntilda switch. When I hit it, it's going to spawn a Jiggy in the overworld. And I love how this game implements its overworld. First of all, it's just masterfully crafted in terms of exploration. And there are so many hidden secrets in the overworld. You have Cheeto, the spellbook. You have, areas you can go to, unlock secrets. Right now he's teaching us to shoot eggs. And like I said, they come out of Kazooie's mouth and his butt. Or is it Banjo's butt? I forgot, but we're about to find out right here. This game has 0 voice acting. It's all gibberish. Alright, here we go. Okay, that's definitely coming out of Kazooie. And that's definitely coming out of Kazooie too. Very funny. Now he's gonna get mad and throw something at us. Well, I thought he was. Ooh, nice throw. Wow, I slipped. Look at me trying to be too fast. Look at me trying to be a speed runner. That is one thing that I used to watch a lot, speed runs. If you are into watching really good gameplay and speed runs, this is probably not the channel for you. Because we are going to take our time with these levels. We are going to explore. We are going to observe. Let's see if we can get a better view of him. Conga, conga, conga. Looks all sad. Alright. We've got 7 Jiggies making great progress here. As I was saying, I miss the days of the 3D platformers. There's so many on the N64 that people forget about that I truly love and I want to go back to, and revisit. For example, Conker's 64, Conker's Bad Fur Day. And let's not forget about Gex the Gecko, a game that I normally rented from Blockbuster Video, Hollywood Video. Let's take a look up here. You have the awesome tree area over there. The big termite hill. This level isn't that huge, guys. But it's very expertly designed in terms of activities in each area. Imagine the amount of time and effort it took to build this out, Every polygonal piece, every texture. You guys might look at this grass texture and laugh. I look at this grass texture and I smile. They were really trying their hardest. They were really trying their best to do what they could with the limited hardware and the limited space of the N64. Now that we have our eggs, we can go mess with the tikis. You guys see how those tikis right now are translucent? That's because, like I said, on the N64, they were limited in what they could really accomplish, and sometimes, even with the PlayStation, the draw distance did not allow the game to load all of his assets. And so that's how it saved memory, and that's how it was able to put some of these games on. The closer we get, we can see it now. See? Now, there's a big mistake you can make with this tiki here if you're not careful. And I believe when I first played this game, I did mess up, but look. Ooh, you can't even see it from here. Oh, there you go. You guys see it hiding? There's a honeycomb in one of the mouths there. So let's go ahead and shoot some eggs into these mouths. Here's the trick though. If you did not know that honeycomb existed, you would have shot an egg into this mouth and you wouldn't have been able to grab it. But because I know, this is how you obtain it. Now we can get them. Eight jiggies. We are making great time here. Let's take a look from this view. Ooh. That looks like our 9th jiggy there. I want to take a dive though and back into that water. You guys want to hear it go silent for a second? Here we go. Drown out the world. Drown out your thoughts. A lot of people watching this might be on the older side. I don't know if you guys still take baths, but when I was very little, I don't know, 4 or 5, whenever I used to take baths, and you used to dunk your head under. So quiet. Love that sound. Here we go. I didn't land in the water. What a shame, but let's listen to the quiet. Look at the school of fish. I believe these look like 2D assets. They're not fully 3D. God, they had to be so creative with this game. They had to be so creative with the limited space. This game has so much charm, and that is the number one word that I think is missing from modern games. And that's charm. Well, look at that. Hiding away from all of us. I know how to get that. We have to be the little termite and crawl down the mountain. I wonder if there's a way you can get it without it. Probably by falling down into it. We'll try that once, and if it's unsuccessful, we'll go about it the normal way. But you guys know, or you guys will find out, I like to play around. Let's collect some notes while we're at it. I also want some feedback on today's episode of NightQuest, guys. I want to know if you want to explore more Banjo-Kazooie levels, more levels from this fantastic game. I could see us taking a night quest to Freezeezy's Peak. How about Gobi's Valley? How about Mad Monster Mansion? These would be great areas to go and have a little night quest. I sound like Bob Ross. Let's have a little night quest in the snowy valley of Freezeezy's Peak. Treasure Trove Cove. What a beautiful, beautiful level. Also, suggest any other games as well that you might want to do a little night quest in. Games off the top of my head that I might have plans to do are Mario 64. Oh, look it. We got it. Donkey Kong 64. Maybe some Super Mario Brothers 3. Definitely some Pokemon Snap. Stay tuned, guys. Subscribe, because this could be your #1 destination to fall asleep to. But like I said, I'm open to suggestions in the comments down below. I think the games have to be more chill, have more of an exploration chill vibe. I don't think you guys would like to fall asleep to anything chaotic, like a Mortal Kombat. Or I don't know, who knows, maybe a WWF No Mercy would be, you know, doing the road to WrestleMania would be something that you guys might enjoy. You guys let me know down in the comments below. Let's take a look now at our totals. Missing 6 notes, 1 more jiggy. Okay. I wonder where those 6 notes are. I believe they're in the termite cave, but we'll find out right now. We have to go transform. Do we have enough Ecum-Pokums? Do we even have 5? You guys see that music change? Ah, it's so brilliant. We have 4. Wow. Crazy. I thought we had 5. Where am I missing one? Interesting. I guess we have to do a little bit more exploring. We are not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. Also, no, I shouldn't say that. I have not, okay, I will say it. I have not fully played through and ever beaten Ocarina of Time. And I know that game would be a fantastic game to do this with, but I don't know if it'd be wise to do it without me ever playing it and doing like a first walkthrough. I don't think that would be ideal. I think I kind of have to know the world and know the levels and know what I'm talking about as I'm moving. Or would you guys like to see that play out as is? That would be very hard to control though. It would be very hard to control the length and how much time I'm spending. Anyway, I like your thoughts in the comments down below. Is there a Ecum-Pokemon around here? Nope. Where is that? That doggone last Ecum-Pokemon. Let me think for a second. There was one behind that ledge up there. You know what? It's probably in the Termite Hill. Which is an absolute troll because we shouldn't even go in there unless we were a termite. But I guess the game wants us to be nosy and take a peek in. Hey, ugly, no bears allowed in Ticker's Tower. What a funny name. Oh, Ticker. And I was right. They do have an Ecum-Pokemon right there. We're waiting for us. Okay, Mumbo, do your thing. Like I said, I wanted to take a closer look at Mumbo's skin. If he lets me. Look at that. Kinda gross. Now we're an ugly termite. Not one of the best transformations, but it'll do. I enjoy the transformations where you can actually attack, like the alligator or the crocodile. I believe we turn into a walrus, which we can attack. We also turn into a bee, which we can fly, which is cool, but I like the crocodile the best. Look at these physics. So cool. Listen to the song for a second. So freaking cool. And are these the last of the notes? I believe so. Being guarded by this guy who I knew that was going to happen. 100 notes. And we're about to get our 10th Jiggy. Wow. Fail. Oh, you guys could fall asleep to this music instantly. Let me hold it for a little bit. I could fall asleep to that. Oof. Why would they be mean to little old him? Let's ease on over here and grab this Banjo Oscar. And the last Jiggy. Normally Banjo would do a dance right here. But because we're the termite, we're not going to be able to see that dance. Let's take a gander. I love seeing this. It satisfies my OCD. 100 out of 100 notes. 10 out of 10 jiggies. 2 out of 2 honeycomb pieces. And we're at 35 minutes right now. Not doing bad on time. So now we can either go back to Mumbo and de-transform, or we can try to leave the boundary. Look at this view. Look at this view, guys. This is the top of the top. You see over there we have that horseshoe grassland. Over here is the out of bounds area. Ooh, look at, you can see the cut right here. You got Mumbo over there. I wonder how far, how many feet from up here to that ground over there is. You got the beautiful set of water. Such a beautiful world. Okay. I'm going to jump now from here. Where do I want to land? I want to try and make it all the way to the water, but I doubt I'm going to get there. I'm probably going to hit that gray area. I'm actually kind of debating, should I jump from here or should I jump from here? Let me see. Heck no, why would we do that? We're going to YOLO. Go big or go home. He's going to make a funny wee sound when you jump. You guys ready? Here we go. Not even close to landing on the gray. Okay. I wonder what this guy will go in the water, right? He sinks all the way to the bottom. It's funny though, the music doesn't change like it does with Banjo and Kazooie. Okay, let's go ahead and head out. We need to do one thing before we end today's night quest. I just want to take one more look at this beautiful level before we leave. So charming, so full of life. Alrighty, now we need to collect the Jiggy that spawned after hitting Gruntilda switch. And we all saw it together. Spawned up here. And this is an area you cannot get to unless you had the termite. You can try to talon trot with Kazooie, but it would not let you. And that's amazing. Just Fantastic level design. Now, to get into Mumbo's Mountain, we had to actually fill in this with a puzzle piece. I want to show you guys real quick. That is such a great mechanic and a very creative way to open up new levels. I love it. Mumbo's Mountain, such a fantastic level. Alright, we're gonna try and leave, and it's going to not let us. Mumbo's gonna get mad and say his magic is too weak. And there we go. Let's just say goodbye and take one more look at Mumbo's Mountain. I hope you guys enjoyed today's night quest. If you guys enjoyed it and want to see more like it, maybe we'll go and visit Treasure Trove Cove next. Is this guy gonna come at me? Don't ruin the outro, brother. Alright, he was messing around too much anyway. If you guys enjoyed today's video and you're still awake, which I hope you are not awake, hopefully you already drifted off into dreamland. But if you are still awake, hit that like button, leave a comment down below on what level, in what game do you want to see, and do you want to go on our next night quest together. I will see you guys in the next one. Good night.